Hey everyone, welcome back. I thought I'd do something a little bit different here. We have the 2014 core set, the M14 booster battle pack here, and a few have been opened on eBay before, but if you haven't seen them, I wanted to go through it with you. But I wanted to compare it to what you got in the 2013 version of the booster battle pack. So the packaging is a lot more, a lot less of a matte finish here on the M14 version. A little bit more flashy. You got nickel bolus on the M13 version and Chandra. On the 14, each one of these comes with 2 booster packs and semi-playable or semi-random decks already in here. We'll open the M13 first, just to give you an idea of what you'd expect, and then open the M14 to see exactly what's different. Now with the M13s, right off the bat, they give you 2 nice little, and it's already kind of attached here, deck boxes, which will fit unsleeved cards. So once you sleeve them up, you won't be able to put them back in these deck boxes anymore. And I'm just getting a little antsy about tearing this. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? And this is a little bit more cut and dry than what you're going to see with the M14s. So you've got 2 players, you've got 2 packs here. So this is one person's getting one person's getting the other. Doesn't work quite the same way with the M14 version. So we're going to go with the dark colored one here first. Let's go with white, because you start with white in chess. So we'll go and open the white side, or the lighter side first. So you get your M13 booster pack here. Johnny's on the cover there. I don't think we'll get one of those, but it'd be great if we did. And then just a random color, or colors. I'll have to see here. I haven't opened one of these before, so for the M13 anyway. Starting with, I believe, Ravnica, they did away with these deck boxes, which I think is kind of, it takes away from it a little bit. Not that, there's much value in these, but it's a nice little thing to have for a first-time player, for them to put a little deck in. I don't think it even would fit 60 cards, in all honesty. But, you're only playing a small game here. So, right into a Breathstone Vampire. Essence Drain, Disentomb, Walking Corpse, Rise from the Grave is uncommon. And then you're going to have lands interspersed in here. Swamps, actually, they're mixed in with the other battle packs, but they have them all together in a block here for this one. And then red cards afterwards. So you have black and red, basically Rakdos colors, but I think you're only going to see M13 cards here from what I'm guessing. Searing Spear, Kenyan Minotaur, Wall of Fire, Kindled Fury, Furnace Whelp is your uncommon, and 5 mountains. So 2 uncommons, and 10 land, and then several commons in there as well. So for this pack, you're pretty much tied to whatever good cards you can pull out of here that are red and black. Now, the way you're supposed to do this is just shuffle this directly into your the pack you got there, but there's going to be cards that you're not going to be able to play, so I would just look at this and say, let's just put in the cards that are playable. Rummaging Goblin would be playable. Fog and Silvercoat Lion are not. Murder definitely is, and so is Turn to Slag. Hydra Surge is not, and Serpent Gifts and Bountiful Harvest. Hey, if you really feel like playing a nice guy with your opponent here, you just give each other the applicable cards for their colors, because I don't think the black or the red will be replicated in the other pack here. But I'm not certain of that, so we'll take a look here. Smelt and Blood Reckoning, also playable. Blood Reckoning is your first uncommon. Tarlin's Invocation, second uncommon, not playable here. Reliquary Tower is a third uncommon. You have no maximum hand size, add 1 to your mana pool, so definitely playable here. And our rare is Gilded Lotus. It's a 5-drop artifact where you tap it to add 3 mana of any one color to your mana pool. So that 5 cost really being the big negative there, but certainly definitely a playable card. So that's going in as well. And then a Swamp, and look, a foil. I have a Kite Sail uncommon, which is a 2-drop artifact equipment, where equipped creature gets +1/+0, and it has flying for the equipped cost of 2. So we basically got a bonus card out of here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards that are essentially playable in this this little deck. So that's great. I like to see a foil, and it's great to see it for a beginning player who'd be probably the target demographic for Wizards in this product. But M14 is the thing now, not M13. So not many people are going to step in this one these days. They're going to be going right for the M14 version, especially because a lot of those cards wouldn't be playable today because there's a fairly high turnover between M13 and M14 on what cards are repeated from the set. So right into the other pack here, and we've got a similar guide. This is the full how to play guide. I think the guide in the other one I just put away is more geared towards how to play with what you've got right here, which is basically shuffling it in and playing with it versus your opponent. So our Avon Squire looks like we have a white and who knows, was it blue or green? I don't know. Avon Squire, Guardian of Rasa, Divine Favor, Warknight Mastiff. I'm a fan of the Mastiff cards. Cool artwork. The dogs are definitely good looking. And it's got First Strike 1/1. Sarah Angels are uncommon here. Very cool card. And then we've got probably 5 plans. 2, 3, 4, 5 plans. Yep, and we've got blue. Scroll Thief, Vidalcan Entrancer, Downpour, Unsummon, good card. Jace's Phantasms are uncommon here. It's a 1-drop, 1/1. And if I didn't mention it before, each one of these intro packs, or I'll call it intro pack, these little semi-random packs have one uncommon for each color. So you get 1, 2 here, Jace's Phantasm and Sarah Angel on this one, and in the other deck you got two uncommons as well. Jace's Phantasm gets 4+4+4 as long as an opponent has 10 or more cards in his or her graveyard. So a good late game card, but you don't have to have 1 to play it, and then 5 island. So we'll see what we get conducive to this deck here with this booster pack. So why should I pull another foil? I just pull one out of the other one. I don't think that would be... Don't think I would expect that to happen. Because foils are what, 1 in 10 packs or so? I don't know. So looking for white or blue cards to play here. Silvercoat Lion, it's a 2/2 for 2 that we can play. Mog Flunkies, Ranger's Path, Unsummon we can play. Sign in Blood, Merfolk to the Trident we can play. It's a 1 for 1 for 1. For this type of game, it's probably something you could definitely put in there. Tormented Soul and Duty Bound Dead are not playable here. Goblin Arsonist, nope. Battleflight Eagles, a 5-drop, 2/2 with flying. And whenever it enters the battlefield, target creature gets +2/+2 and gains flying until end of turn. For 5 cost, I'd like to see something either more permanent. Now, having +2/+2 and flying permanently would be a really, a big card. It certainly wouldn't be a common, but if you did +2/+2 permanently, that's pretty cool. Or just flying for that cost. But I really feel like paying 5 for a 2/2 flyer is a lot. But again, play it here just because it would be fun. What I'd like to see in here is artifacts which you can play. So you have a 2-drop equipment here, Ring of Valkas. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a +1/+1 or encounter on equipped creature if it's red. So unfortunately, there's no red in this deck. So not really player. And Ring of Eva's Isle, blue. We do have blue creatures here, so this is what we play. Well, these are akin to a key rune type or a Staff of Magus in the M14. Arms Dealer is a 1/1 for 3. That's not playable here. And our rare is Sphinx of Uthun. It's a 7-drop, 5/6 flying creature. I believe this was one of the intro decks for M13 had this in here. Maybe it was one of the Ravnica series that had it in one of the decks. It's a 5/6 flyer. When this dude enters the battlefield, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. Put 1 pile in your hand and the other into your graveyard. Now, it sounds like you're allowed to look at those cards, and I believe you are. So nothing too crazy there. But I mean, not a huge ability for your, not a hugely negative effect on your cards here. they basically just decide which ones go into the graveyard. So, cool card and playable here, and tip card in the Plains. So, yeah, guys, we're going to move right into the M14 version. We'll be able to kind of discuss the differences now that we've opened up the M13. So, what do you guys think of M14? Pretty cool core set, right? Definitely some nice new cards and some big money cards in here as well. I haven't opened up anything hugely popular. I think I opened Door of Destiny's foil, which is kind of cool, but not a huge money card. Might be $10 maybe. So this one has a little bit more foiling look to it. Still call it the same thing, Booster Battle Pack. They skipped Gate Crash with these. I don't know why. I guess because it's such a small set. If you only have a small pool, is it really gonna make a playable thing? So yeah, no Gate Crash, but they had it for Return to Ravnica and for what do you call it? Gate Crash. The first thing I'll notice in here right off the bat, no deck boxes, which is a little bit of a disappointment. But they do come already with the colors separated. Now, they are loose, so you're not kind of tied, like they're not wrapped together in the same shrink wrap as the other ones were. So theoretically, you could have your opponent, or you could, with your opponent decide if you're really a black and green person, or if you're more of a red and white person, who's going to play what colors. Now, the way it's really designed is that, you pick one and that's it. But really, if you're more of a green, white, and red, black, which I think would probably be the better play here, but we'll go with the way it was opened here. So let me just open this up really quick, and this is the Booster Battle Pack, whereas this is the How to Play Guide, so very similar, the fact that you get two little things. And then it gives you really quick instructions here. Each player gets a 22-card deck of semi-randomized cards, including basic lands, and a 15-card booster pack. Unwrap your decks to see what colors the decks are. Decide which player gets which deck, so either that's a flip of a coin or you fight them for it. And then each player opens a booster pack and chooses up to 5 cards from it to add to his or her deck. So I'm sorry, I thought it was something where you actually just shuffle the entire booster pack into your semi-random deck, but it's actually you just take 5 cards from it. So interesting. Booster Draft, Pack Wars, and Pack Wars is cool because what you do is you have one booster pack and some basic lands. Each player opens his or her booster without looking at the cards. Add in 3 of each basic land, so 3 of each color. Shuffle your deck and begin a Magic game. So that is kind of cool and fun to do if you only have booster packs. But we have more than that here, so let's just get right into these. Your M14 Black will have one, again, similarly to the last iteration, one uncommon in here. It's going to have your 5 swamps, but they're going to be interspersed, I think. Yeah, not kind of in order. So, Quag Sickness, Vampire Warlords, you're uncommon. That's 4 swamp, 5 swamps. So these rest should be Tenacious Dead, or 6. How about that? Altars Recap, Vial Rebirth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So whereas the other M13 version had 5 lands, you actually have 6 in each one here. Maybe they, after so many play testings, they decided that it would be better off with 1 extra basic land. So that's a major difference. And for green, we have Trollhide. Rod of Ruin is your uncommon. Brindlebore, very good card from my point of view. If you're only paying 1 extra mana for 4 life, so pretty good cost benefit there. Life gain not being a very popular mechanic these days, but still something that could swing a game a little bit in your favor. Deadly Recluse, Briar Pack Alpha is a second uncommon. How about that? You get 2 in here. Maybe I was lying to you guys. Was there another Naturalize and a Forest? Maybe I just missed the other uncommon here. Yeah, I did, and Tenacious Dead's the other uncommon. So now you get, well, I guess you only got 2 uncommons in one pack of the M13. Right? Let's see if I can pull this apart. Yeah, so we only had 1 uncommon and 5 basic land. Now you get 2 uncommon and an extra basic land. And then what did you get? 1, 2, 3, 4 commons. So your total count per color was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you get 11 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then 2 of them are uncommon and 3 commons. So you get 1 extra basic land that is in addition. And then, which is cool, because they didn't take anything away from you. I guess the 4 extra basic landing you get in here offsets the lack of a deck box, and then the extra uncommon, which is nice. So for this one, we'll jump right into the booster pack here. And we're going to select 5 cards because that's what it told us to do, and I wasn't aware of that. But the other one, so there's a few where you could add more cards where I thought you had an opportunity to add more. Undead Minotaur probably wouldn't add it unless I only get 4 cards here that are usable, just because it's so expensive for what it is. Frost Breath Plummet, destroy target creature with flying. More of a sideboard card, but definitely playable here, especially against white and red, especially if they give you a Sarah Angel in that white. Giant Spider. Lightning Talons, Pillarfield Ox, Nightwing Shades, a 2/2 for 5 with flying and is pumpable. Deathgaze Cockatrice is a 2/2 for 4 with flying and Death Touch. Cancel Spellblast, Darksteel Ingot is our second uncommon, Spellblast being our first. And Artificer's Hex being a 1-drop enchant equipment. At the beginning of your upkeep, if enchanted equipment is attached to a creature, destroy that creature. So it's really just creature removal. Very good for limited play. Ooh, a Mutavault. That's great. It's a 1-drop. It's a land that when you tap it, adds 1 generic to your mana pool. Mutavault becomes a 2/2 creature with all creature types until end of turn. It's still a land. One of the more popular cards for M14. And I think the first one I've gotten. Maybe I've opened one other one, but this is really cool to have. So, and very welcome here in a booster battle pack of all places, right? And my favorite token in M14 is the Sliver creature, which looks like the futuristic board from Star Trek Voyager. So, very cool guy. I don't think we've seen a Sliver yet in this booster battle pack, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, definitely some usable cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess, usable ones. And the Darksteel Ingot, too, so 7. So out of those 7, you could probably choose your 5. And just for S's and G's, I'd say I'd probably throw in, just out of these 2, they're hard. It's really hard to decide. It's whether or not you like being able to pump or Death Touch. So I think they're probably both being. So that's 3. Maybe just the blacks, because the Plummet and the Spider don't really do a lot for me. So I do the 3 blacks and the 2 artifact, the artifact land and the non-basic land and the Darksteel Ingot. So that's what I do for the 5. So that's that. I don't have a deck box to put these into, so I'll just go off to the side here. And then into the red semi-random pack here. So we expect to see 2 uncommons and 6 land and 3 commons. I just said no slivers, and here's our first sliver. It's a 1/1 for 1. where sliver creatures you control have first strike. So interesting they put a sliver into a battle pack where you're probably not going to see a lot of other slivers, but interestingly enough, right, they put one in there. So maybe there's something else in the white one that'll go with slivers as well. I don't know. Or maybe it's just a random pack, or semi-random as they call it. Dragon Hatchling, Lava Axe, Mountain, and Flames of the Firebrand, Mountain. Battle Sliver, so you did get 2 slivers here. So for 5, you get a 3/3, where sliver creatures you control get +2/+0. And your Flames of the Firebrand is just a sorcery card that's costs 3 to cast, and it deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures and/or players. So interesting about the slivers in the red portion there. I wonder if they have like a semi-random sliver 11 card mini pack for every color, because I do believe there are slivers for every color. Pacifism, one of my favorite cards, very old artwork, been around for a while, and one of the more common cards that's printed in core sets. And when I say common, I don't mean the actual rarity of the card, although it is common. More to the point that this does appear in probably as many core sets as any other individual card does. And it's a 2-drop enchantment. Used to be an enchant creature, now it's an enchantment aura, just based on the rules changes over the years. Where it does enchant creature, and then that creature can't attack or block. So it really just, it's the stasis, so you put on into someone else's creature. Master of Diversion is a 2/2 for 3. And then whenever it attacks, tap target creature defending player controls. First uncommon here is Stonehorn Chanter. It's a 4/4 for 6. It's a Rhino Cleric creature, and some cool artwork on him. I'll get a little closer here as I read it. Tap 5 generic and 1 white. Stonehorn Chanter gains Vigilance and Lifelink until end of turn. So it seems a little expensive for what you're paying for there. But not terrible. It's certainly useful. But you're paying a premium for the card in the first place, so I'm not sure about that one. I don't know if I'd put this into a deck I was playing with, but it'd be something that you'd be looking forward to play in this format. Plans, Solemn Offering, Plans. A Quarter Shield is a 0-drop enchanted creature, and then another Pillarfield Ox here. I get an M14 booster pack. Last thing I'm going to open here before we sign off for the evening. Divination's a 3-drop. Master of Diversion. Playable here. We're looking for red and white cards. Smelt. Blue. Root Wallace. Green. Griffin Sentinel is a 3-drop flying with Vigilance for 3. Thunderstrike, playable again. Darksteel Ingot, playable here. Artificer's Hex, might as well just give it to our opponent. Congregate, great card. Target player gains 2 life for each creature on the battlefield. Very good for EDH Commander. Ratchet Bomb is our rare. And if you haven't heard me before, this basically negates the advent of the worm from Dragon's Maze, because you sacrifice it and you destroy each non-land permanent with a converting mana cost equal to the number of charge counters. So with all tokens having a 0 converting mana cost, this basically destroys all tokens. So for only a 2 cost, and then you just go ahead and tap it. So for the 5 cards here, let's just go and say Ratchet Bomb is probably in, although you're really not going to be able to play it for its peak ability. Congregate, Darksteel Ingot in. Thunderstrike, probably. I don't know. Let's see here. I do like Master of Diversion, because it is, what do you call it? Evasion. And I like Griffin Sentinel just because of the Vigilance on its own is okay, but Vigilance with a creature that has a toughness greater than its power is pretty strong. So, although like some Thunderstrike too, I might even. It sounds silly, but I would probably leave Ratchet Bomb out and play these three and your Thunder Strike and probably Dark Steel Ingot, and then either think about changing Ratchet Bomb out for Dark Steel Ingot. So those 3, 4, 5 I'd put in there. So thanks again for watching, guys. Please hit like at the bottom there. Comment if you have anything to talk about, and I'd be happy to converse with you in the comment section below. And subscribe. When I get to 50 viewers, I have a special opening for everyone. And then from every viewer threshold up from there, I think I'm going to try and do something even more special for you guys. I've got a box of M14 that's Japanese, and I'm looking forward to opening as well. So thanks again for watching, everyone. Take care.